Jeremy Dewitte plea deal denied by judge. YouTubers So You Dated a Police Impersonator and Jeremy Dewitte News by Policetube's uncle differed on the fate of charges against former YouTuber and police enthusiast Jeremy Dewitte, as a plea deal in one of Dewitte's many pending charges was thrown out this week. The judge overseeing one of the many Dewitte charges rejected a plea deal that would have seen Dewitte agree to accept time served and 100 hours of community service, plus fines and fees, in exchange for pleading out in a case where Dewitte is alleged to have staged a traffic accident and committed insurance fraud. So You Dated a Police Impersonator's take on the limited plea deal, when much harsher punishment would be called for with the charges Dewitte faced, was that something changed in the evidence. He said that whatever smoking gun the prosecutor had access to was no longer in play, and the prosecutor was getting something when he had no real case to move forward with. Backing this, the host said that he consulted a court clerk who made similar comments that the low level of the plea deal did not fit the crime as charged, and that something had changed with the prosecution to bring about such a pro-Dewitte plea deal. Policetube's uncle disagreed that the case was falling apart and was waiting to see what happened, as the judge has given both sides in the case until September 17, 2024 to come up with a harsher plea deal before determining whether to accept it. Dewitte has been accused of faking traffic accidents and inflating the severity of damage to his cars involved in the incidents. He is currently accepting a plea on one count of failing to register a change in vehicle ownership as a offender rather than the multiple counts of staging a motor vehicle accident. Despite the possible outcome of the case, Dewitte is facing multiple charges across Florida and federal tax evasion charges. Dewitte gained fame in the early 2000s with multiple charges of impersonating a police officer. He was convicted of battery of a teenage girl while pretending to be a police officer in 2004 and has been required to register as offender since then. In 2019, he gained national exposure as he was arrested for pulling drivers over while pretending to be a police officer and working as a funeral escort. Most of Dewitte's current charges are in relation to failure to register changes in ownership of vehicles as required to by his offender status.